This is big breaking emergency news. A 4-day warning has been issued by local law enforcement and also by FBI insiders. They are warning that we could see major disruptions and major events pop off going from Monday, starting tomorrow, going into Thursday. All right, this is a 4-day warning, and we also have a national security special event has been declared as well. All right, so let's dive into all the details here really quick. Guys, please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on all this big urgent news. All right, so this is the warning that's coming out. They're warning that we could see rioting, we could see chaos, we could see destruction of cities, and we also could see, quote, lone wolf attacks. All right, that's what the FBI insiders are now warning of as well too. All right, so lots of big stuff could happen this week. Let's hope none of it happens. All right, because if any of these things do pop off, then it could be the excuse to flip the switch, right, and really mix things up and change things up going into next week. All right, and what's happening next week is the DNC. Okay, so starting tomorrow on Monday, the Democratic National Convention will be starting, and it will go until Thursday. And law enforcement is issuing major warnings that we could see a big event happen here. All right, even attacks on it. Let's hope none of this happens, but that's what they're warning of right now. All right, and actually just last week, they were doing mass casualty drills for the DNC at the surrounding hospitals at Rush Medical Center. They've been doing dozens and dozens of these drills the past few months for a mass casualty event to potentially happen at the DNC. All right, so let's get into the details here. All right, FBI insiders are warning that we could see attacks here, and we are also getting warnings from the police superintendent in Chicago as well. And this comes also as something else going on that's suspicious, right? Strange, is that over 1,000, this is what's being reported allegedly right now, right? Over 1,000 Chicago police officers have reportedly gone on medical leave over the weekend, including the commander, Yakimba Phillips, claiming PTSD, who is the boss of Chicago's police 2nd district. Okay, so allegedly over 1,000 Chicago police officers are on medical leave right now while all these warnings are being issued as well too. So what's going on? Very strange. Okay, people were also allegedly reporting, this isn't confirmed, but people were saying that they were seeing stacks of bricks around the city as well inside of or near Union Park. Okay, that's what's also being reported. Businesses are being boarded up. All right, all the local businesses have their windows covered with boards and are locked up, closed down, because they're expecting tens of thousands of people to be here, quote, protesting. And even the police chief is warning that people could be rioting from this too, and there could be chaos going on in Chicago the next 4 days, okay, because they're saying tens of thousands of people are coming to protest Harris and also protest Israel, right? That is what is being reported. I'm just giving you the facts here. That's what a majority of the protests are being reported as anti-Israel protests. And this is what the Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling said. He said he vowed that authorities would intervene if protests spin out of control. He said, quote, "We will not allow people to come here and destroy the city." That's what Snelling announced, according to the Chicago Tribune, and says other rallies and protests are expected to occur throughout the week despite not having been provided with necessary permits. Okay, so I saw something as well that the city of Chicago allowed a lot of these permits to lapse their expiration date, so they didn't have to approve them. And once they lapse the date to respond, they just automatically get approved, essentially. So maybe they just allowed, so they didn't deny any of them, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here, is that there were hundreds of applications. They didn't deny any of them. They just let them lapse. And if they don't respond within a certain amount of days, the city, to approve or deny, then they're just quasi approved and they can do it. All right. So that's what's happening here. And they're expecting tens of thousands of people. And the police chief saying, we will not allow people to come here and destroy the city. Right. Here's what the mayor of Chicago also said, and then we will get to this FBI warning in just a second too, of this FBI insider warning of what could happen at the DNC. And this has been declared a national security special event as well, this event, which is a very high security level event, right? So it also says, with tens of thousands of people expected in various parts of the city during the course of the DNC, Mayor Brandon Johnson on Friday said that all protesters are welcome. Quote, they don't have to be concerned about the First Amendment right. And quote, I'm going to make sure that these individuals have everything that they need to make sure that their voices are heard. All right, so a little bit conflicting narrative from the police chief or the police superintendent versus the mayor. All right, they're giving different signals here. All right, and I think the chief is worried that there's going to be people bust in from all over the country, maybe even all over the world. Okay, our country is wide open right now, and potentially these people are going to be descending on the DNC. Right, and for some reason this is being allowed to happen. We have to think of why, because this is their side. Okay, they're even saying these are going to be anti-Israel protests, and it's going to be protests for that side. Okay, so this is being allowed to happen for some reason. They're allowing the permits to roll over. Okay, and they're also having thousands of police officers, over 1,000 police officers on medical leave. What's going on? Is this being allowed to happen? Are they setting some chaos to happen here? Is this happening to put pressure maybe on one of the candidates, maybe on Kamala or something? They're putting pressure on her for her to drop out and put someone else in. Who knows? We don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. I think there's more politicking going on behind the scenes than we know of. And there also is warnings being issued that we could see attacks at the DNC as well. And they were just prepping for a mass casualty event. They've been doing this for the past few months, and they just did another drill last week, I reported on. All right. But this is what the former assistant director for counterintelligence at the FBI is warning of. This is what Frank Figliuzzi said, right? He said that, quote, lone actors represent the most significant and least predictable threat for both domestic and international terror, and it's difficult for the FBI to detect them in online chat rooms. All right, and he's saying that the DNC could be, he's talking about the DNC in general right now, could be a target for attacks, right? And he also said, quote, since the DNC has been designated a national security special event, the entire toolkit of federal resources and strategies, including some classified techniques, will be brought to bear on securing the event. This means it will be even hard for a lone actor to succeed in disrupting it. All right, so it's been declared a national security special event. And it says, according to the Secret Service website, the Secretary of Homeland Security can designate an event as a national security special event. The Secret Service then, quote, assumes its mandated role as the lead agency for the design and implementation of the operational security plan between government agencies. Okay, so this allows the Secret Service to take over the logistics of this event, and they're having Homeland Security, and they're even saying some classified techniques will be deployed at the DNC to potentially deal with any type of threat vector that they are dealing with, right? So that's what this FBI insider is warning us of. He's just giving us the scoop of what they're getting prepared for behind the scenes, right? And everyone needs to be on red alert. If you live in Chicago or near Chicago, Illinois, any of these surrounding areas, you need to be on high alert, because if something like this does happen, we could see major lockdowns of the area, right? We could see martial law like scenarios in this local area as well if anything like this happens. And at this mass casualty event drill that they've been running at Rush Medical Center for the past few months, specifically for the DNC, they were running major drills getting prepared for a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear event. Okay, they're wearing full hazmat gear. They're decked out. They have the sprays. They have the special sprays to spray people off, to deneutralize them, right? To neutralize them. They've been working on all these different things. They've been setting up the decontamination tents, right? That's what I was thinking of, the decontamination tents. And they've been getting ready. And they've run this drill, I think they said like almost 20 times. It was like 17, 18, 19 times. Just since May. Just in the past 3 months, 12 weeks, they've run this drill almost 20 times. This chemical, biological, radiological drill. And they were talking about it on the news. I made a whole video on it. I'll link that down below for you guys if you want to check that out some more, get some more details on that. Because I break down the whole thing and show pictures of what's going on there too. But something's going on, right? I didn't hear all this news for the RNC. And the RNC, by the way, was days after. It was like a week after, maybe like less than a week after. I don't remember the exact day it was. After the attempted assassination attempt on Trump. And I didn't hear any talk of, increased security, special designations, special equipment, all this stuff, police chief, all these things, all right? There's something else going on behind the scenes here. There's a lot of bubblings going on, and we don't want anything like this to happen because it's just going to create more destabilization, right? So make sure you guys are getting ready and getting prepared in case we do see anything like this. This could even be a constitutional crisis depending on how severe the situation could be, right? Let's hope nothing happens. And it's good that they're on high alert. But we've seen the holes in security in the Secret Service, right? We've seen that there's major holes and security lapses, and maybe even worse than that, right? And if something happened to the nominee, this could be a constitutional crisis in our country. So make sure you guys are on high alert the next 4 days and just going into the end of the year, right? We could see an October surprise happen at any moment in August, September, October, even November, days before we could see any type of surprise, right? So make sure you guys are getting prepared, getting ready. Hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.